twin flame, twin souls, which is twin flames, soulmate connections are going on all the time. Contacts, attempted contacts, synchronicities, numerologies, same names over and over again. Strange things going on. Somebody popping out right in front of you. Somebody comes out of nowhere. All kind of stuff. Even when it seems like somebody's sending out messages, but then when you follow up, they act like you're stalking them. All these have to do with these soul energies, twin flame, twin soul, soulmate energies. And again, a lot of times people don't know how to process them. And even if they did have a better way to process them, third dimensional is really just a lot of drama. So it's low vibrations, low frequencies. So I wanted to get that out there because that's the foundation. Now a lot of stuff has been going on. Everybody knows, but like this last week or last 10 days, because we're in 2019, we just entered 2019. As far as this video when it's being recorded, but that last 7 to 10 days was really a lot of stuff was going on. People having dreams, all kind of things. So what I want to talk about that real quick in this video, and then I'll be out of here. All right, I just want to check out real quick. So I won't go into it, but just a lot of strange stuff. But that's why sometimes when people begin to become aware of it, they don't know how to process information, and if they talk about it and other people aren't aware of it, they think you're crazy. I'm reading this information real quick. Yeah, so a lot of stuff was going on with birds flying way up in the air. That's been going on. A lot of times the spirit world, even like say if you're a Christian, but just the spirit world in general, a lot of times your life will get kind of like effed up, like at the same time a blessing's coming or whatever. So you got to remember that. Just try to keep a positive attitude. So a lot of stuff's been going on with birds lately, and I talked about it in the videos. Today I went out to the front door, and right where my twin flame, there used to be a female, the same ethnic background as her, look like her, walk like her, everything. And me and her had like a lot of strange, weird stuff I've talked about before. But they lived in one house, and then something happened, so they moved across the street for a while. And then about 3 months ago, they disappeared. So at first I thought they was, visiting family and probably would come back. And they may come back, who knows, but I haven't seen them at all. So, but it was always like a lot of stuff happening over that house. Cause like I said, this is just bigger than us. See, we try to understand. See, we're in a freaking matrix. This is a simulated reality. So we don't really understand synchronicities and all that stuff. And, it's hard for us to understand. But you got to remember that this is not the reality. That is the reality. That's why that's the consistency. So like when I went out to the front door, it was another high flying bird. I'm pretty sure that was a raven, big black bird. But he was standing there by her houses. Because like I said, they're both across the street. So it's just high flying success. But again, these are always twin flame messages. Because your twin flame is always trying to send you some type of message. Whether y'all get along or not. Because you got to remember, Again, this is the matrix. Like outside of the matrix, you and your twin might get along better. Plus, it would be one. Everything would be one. But inside the matrix, you get the lies, the deceptions, the divisions. So then I came out to my back door, and that's where all the issues was going on. That's where all the issues was going on yesterday. And then that same black bird, because you gotta understand that house is up the street, but that bird actually flew all the way down to where I, like right where I was at, and kept on soaring around up in the sky, and that means great success. But it's the same thing when I came out of my job, because a lot's going on that I have talked about. But basically, I think God just wants fuller my attention fuller. And basically, when you see stuff like that, it's kind of like trying to tell you, don't worry, like whatever it looks like, might look bad, but don't worry, because God's got plans. So that's what that was. So now we can get to this angel y'all are looking at. Again, I was minding my business, and I happened to be in a prayer website. And something caught my eye. So I looked at it. So it was a book, but the author just put her face on the cover of the book. And I thought it was cool. Now the content of the book was about her teaching the gospel to people. And so I contacted her because I like, yo, how you doing and stuff like that. I like your cover. Boom, boom, boom. I was telling her because I said I'm an author too, and I was telling her, stuff like that. But when I downloaded her book, I guess you could say, that angel you're looking at popped out. Now, I don't remember when. I kind of remember, but I don't remember when I added that angel to my computer. And plus, y'all got to understand, I've uploaded stuff before. That angel ain't never pop out. See me, I know nothing's an accident or coincidence. And I think if more people realize that, you would see more people together as opposed to hurting each other and breaking up or whatever, separation. Like, because the universe goes out of its way to bring soulmates and twin souls and stuff together. So it's no way you can't notice the synchronicities and stuff like that. But it's just that you choose not to notice it, or you choose to fight against it. Like, we always tend to look a gift horse in the mouth. It's just humans are a little weird. Like if a guy approaches a female and he's kind of nice natured or sincere or polite, he'll probably get played out by her. But if the same dude came a little bit differently, then all of a sudden now she's interested. Some of my closest female friends were females that caught me on the wrong day and I just told them off. And and almost like, I'm gonna be real, it's almost the meaner I was, the better friends we became and shit, which is crazy, but that's planet Earth. Now, I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just telling you from my experience. And I'm at the point now I've kind of grown up out of a lot of shit. Like a lot of stuff I just don't care about. I deal with facts now. Like facts, you can check out a guy named Michael Fazio out here on YouTube, Michael Fazio, and he left the United States and is in the Philippines. He's got a business over there as well because he's a master contractor. And he showed you the whole thing. He went over to Philistines. He went over to the Philippines, excuse me, and you see him dating Filipino women in hopes to find one to marry. And it didn't take him long because like people ain't crazy. It's like over in the U.S. People are just out of their fucking mind over here, and everybody knows it. Even like people that do miracles in foreign countries, they come over here, they can't get no miracles because the evil energy is just too great. This is facts. Go ask them if you think I'm making it up. So you stop. You don't use, like me. I'm speaking about me. I don't use I don't use this area or wherever you want to call it. I don't use that to gauge. You know, you gotta use something where people still like civilized and stuff. And you'll realize a lot of times it's not you. It's just these people got evil spirits on them and don't want to get them off. But that's usually what happens right before God destroys something. Like it says, she's fallen. Babylon the Great has fallen, has become a dwelling place of foul spirits. And that's what we're looking at now. All right. So then it came up again. Didn't that picture just kept coming? But I had already contacted her. You know, I told her, you know, the angel and shit. Now she is in South America. So that's why I keep, not South America, she's in South Africa. She's a South African. But that's what I be trying to tell you. I resonate with probably North Africa, East Africa, South Africa. But that's my past lives and stuff like that. And when you study the history of the melanated people, you can find that out. Not all of them, because every melanated person didn't come from those areas. But I know I did. And so did a whole lot of other people. Primarily the priestly class of God's people. Those are my ancestors. And probably me in a past life. So everything has a reason. So that angel you're looking at, I term that angel the twin flame angel, the twin soul angel. So, you know, I told her, and I was a little mad because she didn't respond. And then when she did respond, all she did was I gave her a link to faithwriters.com, because you can do all this on the Prayer Up website. So she just liked the fact that I gave her the link. She just liked it. But she didn't say anything. And I noticed she had responded to other people. So I was a little mad about that. Because I like, here we go again. Me reaching out to help. And people acting like a-holes. So I left it alone. But then, this is what happened. She had a dream, and an angel came in a dream. And shit, I'm showing you all what she wrote me about it. And so then after the angel came in the dream, then that's when she wrote me. Then she was like, oh, she said the angel that keeps popping up ever since you uploaded my book, that's probably the same angel that came in my dream. So then she responded. But it took that to, because had not that happened, she wouldn't have responded. Because even on Twitter, like what they do on Twitter, say you tweet somebody who's famous. They won't necessarily respond to you, but they'll just like the comment. Or one of their people will like the comment. Because like I said, people get... You know, people think, oh, if I'm on Twitter replying to people, it makes me look desperate or something. That's why peace out to Floyd Mayweather, because he used to come on YouTube talking and shit. But people, you know, stupid. He learned real quick, because people were saying stupid shit to him. But he was responding, though. See, a real nigga, like I say, we do. Like, you see dudes like me, or like a dude like Dolo or something. Real niggas will definitely respond. Like, a real nigga will tell you, fuck you, if you get too crazy, they come look for you, beat your ass and shit. Because Mike Tyson said that shit. He said, Mike Tyson said, man, when I was a champ, people used to say crazy shit to me. He said, I jump on their ass. I said, yeah, me too. I was never a champ, though, but, nigga, I'm not with that disrespectful shit, nigga. See, I'm always going to be me. So, yeah, let me look at the, So that's when she finally responded, was that angel. So that's about it. I just wanted to share that with y'all as far as, but like I said, a lot of stuff be going on, but you know, it is what it is. And everything is universal timing, and everybody has their own where they go in progress. Everybody has their own strong point, weak points, and ironicity is you could have soulmates, you could have a twin soul or a twin flame, but at the same time you might bounce into somebody else or something. It's just the unique planet we live on, and I've learned that. That's why I take one day at a time. But I stay prayed up and stuff like that. I always take everything to God, and you can't drive yourself crazy, but you can't be complacent either. And you gotta know, like, if you got health problems, you gotta know when to say no. Cause most people keep pushing themselves. Like I said, that's how they get strokes and stuff like that. But sometimes you just gotta, I mean, take it to, I would just say take it to God. You know, try to get God's wisdom. Have that connection with God. And you gotta be very honest with God. Just like people say you gotta be very specific, but I just say you gotta be very honest. Just like, let's just say you love to do something that God says you shouldn't do. Then you should tell them that. Because that's what they told me to do in the 1980s. If you find you love doing something that God says you can't do, well, tell God exactly how you feel and why. You can always ask for help no matter what. And as long as you're growing with God, then things will somehow work themselves out. That's the main thing. You want to stay in that confinement of growing with God. Because when you don't and get into the realm of disobedience, then you're blocking forward motion. Because once you sin and everything, then you got to go through the process of either you're going to repent and all that stuff. And if you hide it, it's like playing games with God. Because God sees everything. So some people sin and then they figure, well, don't nobody know, and I'm going to go on with my life and blah, blah, blah. But you're actually playing yourself out. Best thing to do when you mess up is take that to God and get it straight so you can move on. See, that's how you know when God is real to somebody, because they know stuff like that. But when God really ain't real to somebody, they think they're gonna just sweep it under the carpet and keep going, but they're not. And then what happened with David and Bathsheba? David knew God was real, but unfortunately, your heart will deceive you. And he had a strong, lustful love for Bathsheba, and he wasn't giving her up. And that made me mad. Like I tell y'all, I always be talking about my mother, and so I be saying a lot of stuff about Mom Deuce. But I remember one time, and some of y'all might have heard me talk about this, and it was funny because this one time my mother and my father was together. Cause sometimes we shopped together when we was little, but I don't know what happened. So I don't want to say it was because they argued or whatever, but I think at some point they separated. Like we didn't really shop together as much. But see, my father was always trying to keep us together, but my mother wasn't. My mother took the daughters and then divided the family. And I don't get along with my sister. Well, my other sister's deceased, but I don't get along with my sister today because of my mother. She divided the family because my father used to try to keep us all together. And so one time we was out. It was my mother and my father. And like my mom's was always buying stuff for my sisters and shit. She wouldn't buy me shit. That's why when Biggie came out, Biggie was like, Ma Dukes wasn't giving me shit. I said, damn, his mother must be my mother and shit. So we was at this store and I seen this car I wanted. I was a little kid, and it's like a white people store and all that. I think my parents was probably the only black people. We was only black people in that store and shit. And I think my father was with my mother, and I was there, and I was like, I want this car, could you get me this car and shit? And my mother she was like, no and shit. Cause she like cold blooded. Like I used to act, I'd be like, is this my real mother and shit? She used to be cold blooded. Like she would be buying everything for my sisters and shit. And I would ask for something, cause this is old school. Like old school stuff costs like 10 cents, 15 cents. Like a quarter was way expensive and shit. Like back then shit was like 10 cents, 15 cents. And I would only want something that wanted to, she wouldn't buy it, and I would just sit there watching her buy like all kind of shit for my sisters and shit. Like she like a straight up racist and shit. Like I ain't lying. Like she was the first person to call me a nigga and shit, was my mother and shit. Like I said, whoa. But I'm a rebel by birth. Like if you fuck with me, I'm gonna get you back. Well, I'm gonna figure out a way to get you and shit. So it's an all white store, and so she like her and my father, and I like, can I get this car? And can I get this car? And I don't know. See, I think my father would have got it for me, but he had no money. And my mother had money. You know what I'm saying? So all the shit you be buying for my sister, you'll never buy nothing for me. So I really wanted that car and shit. So I just went crazy. Like I said, fuck it. In front of all the motherfuckers, I just ripped that shit open, stole it, and put it in my pocket and shit. In front of all them damn devils and white everybody. I ain't give a fuck. She see me doing and shit, and my father see me doing it. And my father was just looking. And then so she is embarrassed and shit. So you know how you do, she went ahead and paid for it probably, but everybody knew I stole it. Everybody just looked at me when I did it. But I was just so mad at her, like, man, all the fucking shit you buy me a damn thing. I'm like, fuck it. And I was so mad at her, I wasn't even thinking about my father. Like, if my father beat the shit, like, my father would brutally beat your ass. I ain't give a fuck. I said, I'm taking this car, I don't give a fuck. Just, I'm gonna make a point. And like I said, if you listen to the whole thing, you would understand. I ain't, like, usually, you know, sometimes people, if I'm wrong, I can admit I was wrong, but I really don't believe I was wrong that day because she wouldn't buy me shit. Y'all don't understand. Like when you go to, like, they used to go shopping at the auction. That's a big ass motherfucking auction. And I'd be out there by myself and shit. I'd be walking by myself. I wouldn't even be with them because she wouldn't buy me shit. And it wouldn't be nothing. It would be shit I would need. Still wouldn't buy it. Don't think I didn't have clothes. I did, but I did. Damn, how dare you and shit. Like, but that's why I love myself, because you're not gonna tell me I'm a nigga. You're not gonna tell me I'm less than you. You ain't shit to me. Once you talk to me like that, I'm gonna talk right back to you like that. Fuck you. Nigga, you not you know more important than nobody else. So I think I just had to make a point that time and shit. And then like one time, and sometimes she wouldn't buy something for me that was like only like a nickel or 15 cents. And I would be crying and shit, so other people would come buy it. That happened like a couple of times. I would watch her spend like large money on my sister. She wouldn't spend like 15 cents on me and shit. Then we was in New York one time, and they was shopping all up in New York. So I wanted to go somewhere. I forget what it was. It might have been Empire State Building or something. And I was like, I want to go there. And she was like, go ahead. I was a little ass kid, y'all. Like this was the city, my nigga. Like, how you gonna just leave your kid in the fucking city and shit? Because that's how she used to leave me at the fucking auction. I'd be walking around all by myself and shit. And that place was big. Like, how you gonna leave me in the city and shit? But I was always a smart kid. I like, ain't nowhere in the world I'm even walking around as fast as these cars is going and shit. Because them cars be trying to fuck you up. They could care less in the city. If you step out in that street, them motherfuckers they don't give a fuck. So like I said, I ripped that thing, and everybody see me, I didn't even care. I ripped that shit and put it in my pocket. And it was funny. So she paid for it or whatever. And it was funny because I don't think my father said nothing, which was a shock. Like he ain't say nothing either way. It was her, like she was the one who was, because I embarrassed her and shit by doing that. But I didn't give a fuck. I felt like she had it coming. So as soon as I got home, man, she beat the shit out of me. I mean, out of my lifetime, she beat me real bad. Like a couple of, like one time was a fight where I fucked this dude up, but he kept running his mouth. See, I'm the type of dude. Don't talk no shit to me, cause I don't play that. Like he thought it was funny and shit. He kept talking shit, kept talking shit, kept talking shit. So finally in Sunday school, that's why she was so mad, cause I beat that nigga down in church and shit. I was angry, cause like I said, my whole family is like violent, and I'm a child of abuse and shit. So I got that in me. So he just crossed the line. He just kept cracking, and kept cracking. I was like, oh shit. So we was upstairs in one of them classrooms up there, and I hit that motherfucker. Think I hit him in the stomach. And when he went down, I hit him with an uppercut, and that motherfucker just screamed out, yelling, just boom, like fell on the table and shit, fucked him up and shit. And so then I used to leave church. Like I hated church. Like when I was little, I loved the Bible. I just hated church. So I would always leave. My mother would think I would be in church, but I wouldn't be. I'd be like, we would either cut church and go home, or it would be like a school up the street. So we would be up in the yard. We would be up in the schoolyard throwing a football and shit. And my mother would think I'm in church. So she beat my ass real bad for that, for beating him up. I think that's the worst I ever really hurt somebody, because I know I hurt him real bad. I think I can't remember because I had a lot of fights and shit. Then so when she beat me, when she came home, as soon as she came home, she just beat the shit out of me. And like the whole time my father, I don't remember my father saying anything. And but she let me keep the car. So I don't know if that was her letting me keep the car because she knew she was wrong, or it was just God. Cause like I said, to do that to your kid, that was some crazy ass shit. Like y'all don't be understanding what I be talking about. Like it's a lot of shit I could say, but y'all would think I'm that way. But obviously, if a person's still alive, I can't obviously be that way. But it's a lot of motherfuckers like her that the kids know, like their children know they dying and let them die and shit. That's real, and I know God be my witness. That's why we trying to tell y'all, don't do dirty to motherfuckers, cause that shit come around. Cause there's been many times she been in a coma. I could have kept it walking, like on some real shit. Not saying I would do that, cause it ain't that serious. But I'm just saying I could see how people like when they be saying somebody died and they was in an apartment for 2 or 3 weeks and nobody checked on them. Come on, you gonna tell me nobody checked on this person for 2 or 3 weeks? That's because that person had bad relationships with them people. And either them people knew they was dying and said, fuck it, let them die. Or they just didn't give a fuck about them, so they never call and check on them. So, I don't know if anybody's listening, but my life on this planet has been like that. Like you can't be afraid of the beatdown. Cause it's gonna come regardless. That's why I say when somebody give me an ultimatum, I usually do the exact opposite of what they just warned me that I better not do. I usually always deliberately do exactly what they told me I better not do. And I never finished telling you all about that Irish dude I used to work with. This dude, like we worked in this electronic or electric. It was like an electric company, but he was like Irish, but they was really gangsters. Like his whole family was real Irish gangsters and shit. So he used to do whatever the fuck he wanted to. He used to take shit from people. This motherfucker was off the hook. But he respected me from like day one. He never fucked with me. And then when he found out I was an ordained minister, he pulled out the picture of his children that was in his wife's belly, and he asked me to bless it. So I blessed the children for him. That was pretty cool. Nobody ever asked me to do that. That was so cool. So that's what I was saying. I never finished that while I was talking about it. So one time when I was with C Mac, we was at this bar restaurant that he didn't really get kicked out of it, but somebody crossed him the wrong way and he beat the shit out of him. And so he left because he thought he was gonna get kicked out anyway. But C Mac had a lot of money. So he used to spend a lot of money up in that restaurant. So the owner was glad to see him come back because he the only reason why he came back that night because he was drunk, because he wouldn't come back. And that used to be one of our main hangouts and shit. So the night we came back, it was me and him, but some Irish people came in and they was Irish and shit. And they was all younger though. They wasn't like late. They was like 30 and up. They was like maybe late 20s and up. And they was buying each other drinks and stuff. And then he just whispered in my eye. He said those are gangsters. Those are Irish gangsters and shit. But you wouldn't have known it if you looked at it. They just look like a regular couples and shit. But me, I'm just respected because I've always had like a code. Like I've always had my own code. But see, I know I've lived many lives, so I understand certain shit. Like I understand military shit. I understand gangster shit. But if you were an angel, like in a past life, you won't understand military stuff anyway, because that comes with being in God's military. So that's what it is. So yeah, God let David keep Bathsheba because he knew basically. I'm sure God had his own reasons why he did it, but also because he knew that's how much David loved Bathsheba. But I think I got to keep that card because see, my father never said nothing because I think my father was like, he probably just kept it to himself. But I think he kind of knew he's young, he wants a car and shit. And my father probably saw all them packages coming in for my sisters and shit. And I don't know if he ever said nothing to me. He might have kept it to himself. He may have never noticed it. But I never like as far as me and my mother have had doozies back and forth and shit. We've had doozies, but out of all my confrontations and arguments with that woman, that was my most favorite one. Because I was like, I'm taking this car. You're not going to stop me. All you do is try to make me feel like garbage. All you do is try to make me feel like I'm insignificant. Today, I'm standing up to you. And that's why, like it was metaphysical. That's why my father ain't say shit. He didn't know the war, but he's lived there, so he might have known. But that woman drove his ass to an early grave and shit. But that was one day I was like, nah, not this time. You can hit me, you could beat me, whatever. I'm getting this car. And I thank God she ain't take it from me. I don't know. Like somebody would say, well, what would you have done if she took the car? At that point, it would have been like, I don't care. I just wanted to let her know that you're going to stop disrespecting me. You're going to stop treating me like I don't exist. You're going to stop treating me that. So for me, that was everything. So I don't know if y'all get that, because every time I say something, I'm being led to say it, whether y'all know that or not. It is what it is. But never be a bitch ass motherfucker. And I've never been, thank God. I've been all over the motherfucking planet. And I've always had my code of honor. And I've had whatever. And like I said, bottom line was, if you can spend all that kind of money on 2 of your kids, then how come you can't spend a couple of on the other one? What the hell was that about? So that was some crazy shit going on with her. Some white supremacy shit going on with her. Program to hate your own kids, own the black male, going back to the Kunta Kinte slavery days. Lot of shit. And again, metaphysically, it could have been something with God as well. Because God will toughen you up too. And God will keep pushing you until you stand up for yourself. And that's probably one of the reasons why my father never said nothing. I can still tell you how she beat me. I don't know how we ended up in the bedroom, but I know she beat me in the bedroom. And I don't know how we ended up in there, but she beat me in the bedroom, and then she beat me on the side of the bed. Like she beat me on the side of the bed with my father. I think my father slept on that side, and it was like a little way you could walk through, and she was beating me all in there and shit. I'm just glad she ain't take the fucking car. Yo, y'all say this motherfucker sound crazy? Nah, nigga, you still ain't get it. You don't get it. We about to be liberated, my nigga. That's what I'm celebrating. Fuck motherfucking damn devils. Fuck motherfucking coon ass niggas that support the devil. Fuck motherfuckers that hate their own family because some damn devil put some damn demonic spells on them and shit. Fuck them. Still here. You know what I'm saying? I'm the modern, like niggas knew me. Niggas that know my story, I had gangsters tell me, you like the modern day Joseph and shit. They said, you the modern day Joseph because these motherfuckers have done everything to kill you and you still here. So that's what I'm celebrating. This is Get. I'm out.